Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm your bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress.
I let my voice for those who cannot speak. Open your eyes so you can see clearly. Wake up, how did we let it get this far? We can stop this if we unite. They don't want to be tied up to a carriage. It's not right to force them to do something they don't want. It's not right, it's not right, it's not right. It's not right, it's not right, it's not right. I let my voice.
I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and it's all about New York class. It's all about New Yorkers for clean, livable, and safe streets. This is a wonderful charity, and in just a moment, we'll be interviewing right on the red carpet. Keep watching. Champagne Kisses.
I let my voice for those who
Tell me,
can.
why are you such a big supporter of New York class?
I think that the horse carriages and the horses should completely be banned out of New York City. The treatment of these animals is horrific, and that New York City is a wonderful city, and that we should stand up for these animals and end this once and for all.
Can you tell my audience what you're doing right now? Are you working on any new projects?
I'm actually up on, we were on the cover of for GQ, so look for my new spread in GQ magazine.
Fabulous. Where can we find you, darling? Do you have a Facebook, a website?
I have a Facebook, a website, a Twitter, everything on Khaki West, KAKIWEST. Thanks.
Gorgeous. And what are you wearing, darling? This is gorgeous.
I'm wearing a Laya, and my shoes are Fendi.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back in a moment, darling. Some more celebrity interviews. Keep watching. Big Champagne Kisses.
I let my voice. It's not
It's why you are such a big supporter of New York class, and why we should all keep these streets clean.
It says in some scripture, one scripture says dominion over the animals, but all scripture talks about taking care of, promoting compassion. And I think it's very obvious when you have a choice between causing suffering and doing something that's compassionate and easy, then you make that choice. And people will probably like our horses' carriages better than they do the horse carriages, so why not?
Who are you voting for, darling?
I'm voting for President Obama.
I would hope so. And this beautiful girl standing right next to you, I want you to introduce yourself and tell my audience what you're wearing. You look gorgeous.
I'm wearing Donna Karen.
Beautiful. Have a fabulous time tonight. We'll be back in a moment with more interviews right here on the red carpet. Big Champagne Kisses.
I let my voice. It's not right, it's not right, it's not right. I let my voice.
Fabulous.
Thank you, darling. You too.
Now tell my audience why you're such a big supporter of New York class.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, those carriages are so cruel. They really hurt my back. I mean, they do. They're bad for the horses.
They're bad for the horses. They're bad for us, too.
I'm terrified that if they stop, I mean, I want them to stop using the horses, but I'm scared that if they stop using horses, they're going to use cows. So I'm really nervous that they might, well, you know, a girl's got to do what she's got.
A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? Now tell me, the hair is fabulous.
Is it?
Who styled it tonight?
His name is Gerard, and he does some stuff for Broadway and this old broad.
I love you, buddy. Now,
You look wonderful.
You look even more wonderful. Tell my audience what you're wearing, the dress.
Oh, it's some ruffledy thing that's just like, I don't know, mini dress, you know.
It's gorgeous.
What else do I wear? Long sleeve mini dress is the only thing I wear.
Tell my audience what your next project is. What are you working on? Anything new that we should know about?
A show called Hot Mess every Friday at XL, 9:30. And Michael Musto called it the best drag show in town. It is a mess with Bianca Del Rio's the MC, but maybe like a cast of 8 or 9. It's hilarious, raunchy, wild, lots of talent in that show.
I love you. Follow you on the internet website.
Oh, Lady Bunny Forever on Facebook and Lady Bunny 77 on Twitter. Yes, I actually Twitter. Do you Twitter, girl?
I Twitter, I
Girl.
Facebook, I do everything.
Girl.
I love you, Lady Bunny.
Love you too, honey.
Give me a kiss again. And we'll be back in a moment, darling, with more interviews right here on the red carpet. Peach Champagne Kisses.
I let my voice. I let my voice.
Always.
Hello, darlings. Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and I'm here with the ultimate Richie Rich.
Hello, my love. I miss you.
Yes. Now, this is a very, very worthy cause, a wonderful charity. It's all about saving the horses and getting rid of those terrible carriages,
Yeah.
getting rid of that industry.
Well, I grew up with horses, and like I feel like I'm a unicorn and in a different world. Like I don't like the way they treat them. You know, it's unethical. Pamela's doing a great job trying to raise awareness.
I thought you were going to come in with Pamela. You and her together.
We kind of miss each. Well, she'll be here.
She'll be here like around 7:30. They said she's
A
coming.
little tardy for the party, but hey.
That's right. She's always tardy, but we love her anyway,
Blondes,
right?
you know blonde. I'm surprised you're here.
Yeah. Blondes are the best.
I agree.
Yes, darling.
No, thanks. See, blonde.
Yeah, we're forgiven. We'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews coming up. Big Champagne Kisses.
I let my voice. It's not.
Joan, you look so gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
I let my voice.
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and I'm here with Chuck Scarsborough, and he's a big supporter of NYClass. Tell my audience why you're such a big supporter.
Well, you know, I'm an animal lover. We support a lot of things in the Hamptons, as you well know. The Animal Rescue Fund in the Hamptons, and we support also the Southampton Animal Shelter. And this is a good cause as well. I'm delighted to be here.
It's a great cause.
It is, yeah, it is. I'm just generally a proponent of supporting animals in any way we can, and I think that whether it's this organization or whether it's the Wildlife Rescue Fund or any other organization, I think anybody who takes a little bit of time and perhaps donates a little bit of their money as well as their time and effort to supporting our fellow creatures on this planet is especially blessed. So I just would encourage them to do it.
Thank you, Chuck.
I let my voice. It's not.
Welcome back. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we're here at the NYClass Charity Event. This is such a worthy cause, and I'm here with this very famous actress. We all know who you are, but introduce yourself to the camera.
And I'm really happy to be here.
Tell my audience.
No, I'm Kathy Najimy. Yeah.
Tell my audience.
Yes.
This is such a special cause. How did you find out about this particular event?
I actually sought them out. I moved back to New York a year ago, and I live in Columbus Circle, and I see the carriage horses outside on my street every day, and it breaks my heart. I literally cry every day and scream at the horses, I'm sorry, pretty soon. It's just so antiquated, outdated, and it's so cruel.
Absolutely.
Heavy carriages in freezing weather and hot weather, and there's sirens in front of them, ambulances and fire trucks and honking cabs and exhaust in their face. It's just not where a horse is supposed to be, and there's no reason for it. New York is the best city in the world.
Oh, and it most definitely is. I wouldn't live anywhere else.
Yeah, to have something like that be the symbol of New York is absolutely incorrect. New Yorkers are compassionate and have a point of view and outspoken, and for love, not hate. And this is the most hateful industry ever. I can't wait till it's over and those horses can run free.
Let me ask ask you now, getting aside from this, now I know you're a hard-working actress. Are you working on any new projects right now?
I'm on a show called The Big C on Showtime with Laura Linney.
Fabulous.
And I'm doing a new pilot for ABC called Socio. And I'm in a film that comes out on Christmas Day with Barbara Streisand called The Guilt Trip.
The Guilt Trip.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Now tell my audience, did you see Sister Act on Broadway? Have you seen the show?
I didn't. I actually saw it in London, so I saw it on stage there.
Oh, what'd you think?
I thought it was good. I thought there were some stereotypes that I wasn't quite aligned with, but I thought the actors were wonderful.
Fantastic. Can we follow you on Facebook? Do you have a website? Do you Twitter?
Yeah, I have a fan page on Facebook, Kathy Najimy, and I'm on at Kathy Najimy on Twitter. I love Twitter because I do it like once a night at 2 in the morning before I go to bed. It's not hard work. And I have a website, www.kathynajimy.
Kathy, you are such a delight to talk to. You're so special, and thank you for coming to this wonderful event.
Fantastic.
And so,
I hope you got a head to toe of this.
yes, give me a kiss, darling.
Thank you, darling. Thanks for being here.
We'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews right here on the red carpet. Pink champagne kisses.
I let my voice.
Hi, I'm Leah Michelle for PETA. Imagine for a moment that you're forced to do hard physical labor all day, 7 days a week, whether it's sweltering hot or freezing cold outside. At the end of the day, instead of relaxing on an easy chair or sleeping in a comfortable bed, you're locked in a tiny closet all night long. That's what it's like for horses who are forced to pull carriages in New York City. After a long day of hauling heavy tourists and being forced to breathe exhaust fumes, these horses must walk through miles of dangerous traffic and climb up steep ramps to reach the upper floors of the multi-story Midtown stables where they're kept when they aren't working. These stables are nothing more than run-down buildings that were never designed to house horses. Filled with flammable bales of hay and having no way for the horses to escape, these stables would become death traps if a fire broke out. The horses are locked in cramped stalls and often tied to their troughs. These conditions prevent them from turning around and moving around comfortably or even stretching out their legs. Lying down is so uncomfortable that they often can't get the deep, restorative sleep that they need. So these overworked animals constantly suffer from fatigue. Even the stables that have slightly larger stalls, resting comfortably is often impossible because the stalls lack adequate bedding and are full of feces. Horses in the carriage industry are deprived of everything that makes their lives worth living. Don't get taken for a ride. Please boycott horse-drawn carriages. Thank you.
I let my voice.
Tell my audience why you are such a big supporter of New York Class. Why are you such a big supporter?
I'm a huge supporter because I like being an advocate for any creature on earth that doesn't have their own voice, because I'm loud.
I see that.
I like to.
And
well,
you have
you're no
blogs.
shrinking violet either, my
well,
friend.
I have to be, darling. I have to be.
I love your hair.
I love your hair. It's my hair.
Different things.
It's a couple of things. My hair and other things going on there too.
We don't need to know.
But I want you to tell my audience now, what is up with you? What are you working on? What's new with you?
Well, I wrote a book called Guts, and it's a memoir. It's really funny.
Wow.
And I'm on a TV show called The X's on TV Land, and that's about it. You can Google me and find out.
Do you have a website?
I do. It's gutsthebook.com.
Do you Facebook and Twitter?
I do.
You do?
I'm a Twitter whore.
Where can we go to Twitter?
I'm a whore.
Tour. Where can we go to Twitter you?
K-Joe the Smartass. And the only reason it's that because the first month, this woman was like, I'm so sick of you and your smart-ass comments. So it's K-Joe the Smartass.
I love you, Kristen.
Oh, I love you. Wow.
And we'll be back in a moment, dogs, and more celebrity interviews. Keep watching. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.